Alright, David Harry here, and as you can see, I don't have an Xbox Series S to start the unboxing off with. What it is, I actually did this unboxing video maybe almost 2 months ago now, and right now I do not have the Xbox Series S any longer. One of my nephews has it, so I'm gonna do the unboxing anyway, and then what I'll do at the end of the unboxing, I'm just gonna rabbit on a little bit as to why I bought it, and this is almost a bit of a review as well, to be honest. And if you're into the Xbox Series S, or if you really want somebody's proper hardcore opinion of it, you know, even if you want to skip past the unboxing, just come to the end bit where I waffle on a bit about it, because I'm telling you right now, it's an amazing console. Okay, so to start off with then, I'm going to have to go into this unorthodox position with my tripod. So my tripod's half on my table and half off, because I just can't get the box in the field of view properly. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go around the box quickly. You pause and look at the box and any of the fascias that you may want to get any information from. But right now, this is the front of the box. And so what we're looking at here is one side of the box, and it is just full of tons of small words. It's probably not very interesting, and it's in multiple languages, but for the sake of being thorough, here is one side of the box. And this is the other side on the box, but this one is a little bit more interesting, so you may want to pause bits here and have a little look at it, because this is going to give you information such as the frame rates that it'll do, also the size of the SSD, the fact that it'll do VBR and stuff like that, and HDR, and some other bits and pieces to do with remotes and wireless networking and the likes. Now, after that dodgy fully manual track shot, as in I was pushing the box on the table, here we come to another fascia which is just as boring as the first side of the box. And this is now the other edge of the box, and this is kind of like the top edge of the box depending upon how you orientate the box. So a little bit more information there, as in all digital, and a nice picture there. But unfortunately for me, and let me see if I can get this in the shot, this box has took a bit of a knock during transit, so let's hope that nothing is broke inside. Alright, so we're finally round to the back of the box now, and this is probably a little bit more exciting, to be honest, because it's got pictures of games on and what have you. Also, it's got pictures of games that don't work properly as well. Now also on here, it's going to start giving us other bits of information, and it's going to start going on about Game Pass and all that type of stuff. Now there's a whole bunch of things to do with this that I will go into in separate videos, especially stuff to do with Game Pass. Now, however, what I need to do is get into the box. So what I'm going to try and do here is basically open up the tabs. Let me see what I can get at this point with the camera where it is. And then afterwards, I'll kind of get the camera a bit further down. Let's do some close-ups on the actual Xbox Series S itself and whatever else is in the box. So let me just get on with this. Got to be dead careful here because my camera is really precarious, because one of the legs is actually sitting on the box that this come in as well, so it's a bit dodgy. Now give us a sec, let me see if I can open this from here. Right, this could all go wrong, and it probably will. Now give us a sec, hold on. In fact, I might have to turn this the other way around and try this. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's a bit better. Okay, right. Right, there's nothing else on the top of the box up there. That's just packaging. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lift this out, and let's just see if there's any other bits here. There's a little box here, or a big box actually, with bits in. So let me just pull all this stuff out, whatever's in here. And then, like I say, I'll orientate the camera differently in a second, just so that we can get down and have a proper look at it. Okay, so let me sort this out now and get a closer look at what's on the table. Okay, so to a more sensible angle now, and what we've got first off is this kind of getting started quick start guide out of the box. Now this is going to inform you of some stuff to do with apps and things. I'm not going to go diving into this because there's probably already been 1 billion people have already done this on YouTube. So, you know, none of this is probably at all new to anybody. But nonetheless, that is a getting started card. And this document here is the product and regulatory guide, which is also the limited warranty and agreement document also. And this thing is in multi-languages. Now, as far as the cabling is concerned that comes with the Xbox Series S, this is the power cable. Now, this end here, this is the 2-pin which goes into the Xbox, and this part here, this is a 3-pin for us lot in the UK, and that goes into the wall. But depending upon where you are in the world, you will get a cable which is similar to that with 2 pins on one end, but it will have a different socket on that end. And then the second cable that's in the box is this, which is the HDMI cable. Now, can we see here? This is also a high-speed HDMI cable, which is really cool. And I've got to say, the quality of this cable, it's nice and thick. It feels really robust and strong. That doesn't feel like the normal kind of, thin, not very good cables that you usually get free with stuff. This feels like a really nice cable. And so on to the good stuff. And here is the remote. Now you got to remember as well, I have never owned an Xbox ever in my life. So for me, this is going to be a little bit of a departure and something to get used to, because I'm a proper PlayStation person, so I'm really used to the PS controllers. But, this feels really nice in the hand straight off bat. The thing that I think that's going to confuse me is just, the joystick buttons here, or the joysticks are just going to be like, up and down from one another. I'm used to these things being all symmetrical and stuff like that. But I have to say straight away, this actually feels nice. It's actually got a texture here as well. So that's definitely going to be really good for gripping. Also as well, yeah, the buttons there as well, the front buttons seem to have enough give in them and stuff like that. Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm going to get on really well with this remote control. And also as well, the remote comes with a couple of batteries here. So let me just fish these out. So luckily, do we get... Let's see. Oh, I actually thought these were Duracell batteries. They're obviously meant to look like it. I think, oh, they are Duracell batteries. Great. Okay, so this comes with 2 Duracell batteries, which is really good news. And finally, to the start of the show. So this is the Xbox Series S here, and it's just got this little thing around it which says "Power Your Dreams." So let me just pop this off, and hopefully it's going to power my dreams. Now let me just get this edge off here. Right, I might just have to shut me trap a sec here just while I do this. Hold on. Ooh, that's coming off easy. Ooh, right. Now, the first thing I've got to say is the size of this is brilliant. This is not some massive silly box which is just going to get in the way of things. I think I'm going to like this just initially because it's going to be easy to put in various places. So, okay, so this is like the top, depending upon how you orientate it. And this here is obviously like the exhaust port for the fan and stuff. So what I'm going to do is just whiz around a little bit. Now, I can't get everything in because the camera is too close to the Xbox. Right, so on this side, we've got a USB-A port there. Also, that looks like, is that a power or is that a wireless or something button there? Because I believe that there is the power button. Also, from this side here, oh, we're going to get really close to the camera. So, that's how it would orientate when it's standing up. And that there is another port as well for air movement and such. Also, while I'm here, underneath, it's not really exciting, but also it's slightly ported on one side there. Then, we've also got, on the opposite side, some more porting for air. So, there's some ventilation holes again. And then finally, we get round to the back here. And it's just about got enough ports on, I think, for stuff. So, there is a Cat5 socket there, or an Ethernet socket. Also, there's 2 high-speed USB-A ports. Also, there's a HDMI output there. There's the storage expansion slot as well for the Seagate memory cards. And then there is the 2-pin power as well. Okay, so like I said, this was only going to be a quick unboxing. And then what I'm going to do now is just flip over onto the other camera. And I'll just kind of talk this out as to why I've got this. Okay, so after the unboxing there then, I did say in the unboxing, I would go on as to why I'd bought it and stuff. And obviously at the front end of the video, it did say blah, blah, yes, if you want to hear my opinion of it, go to the end. So this is what I'm going to do. Right, what it is, recently I've been doing short videos, trying to keep videos below 5 minutes and stuff. 8 minutes max for in-depth ones. This video is definitely longer than all that, so yes, it's not like I'm going back to my old form, but sometimes, you have to, you can't shortcut on stuff, and I'm not going to shortcut on the end here either. It might only be 1 minute long, it might be 5, I don't know. Now, no shortcuts, and here's why. Every now and then, you buy something, and it just works, and then sometimes, and you're dead happy with that. But then sometimes you buy something and you go, this is way better than what I thought it could be. That is the Series S, without a doubt. Now, here's the thing. Why did I buy it in the first place? Dead simple. I didn't have the money to go and pay for the scalped prices of a PS5. I'm a PlayStation person, never owned an Xbox before. I've never had problems with egg boxes. I've never had problems with Xboxes before. Or egg boxes, they're okay as well. I've never had a problem with Xboxes ever. To me, I'm probably not just console but platform agnostic. I don't care. Whatever floats your boat to get into a game is all that's important. Whether that's a Game Boy or whether it's a PS5, doesn't matter. Whatever it is that tickles you, that's the best thing to play on at that point in time. Anyway, so I've been a PS player for ages, from the 1 right the way through, all the rest of it. Naturally, I wanted to get the 5, couldn't get it, being scalped like mad. Then I thought, well, do you know what? If the Xbox X comes along, I'll go for that. And then, because I couldn't get one of them either, because they were like £600-800 as well, I thought, okay, well, the Series S then, just something just to get me into next gen. And I have to be dead honest, I bought the Series S because I got it for the £250 price, direct actually from Microsoft, from the Xbox store online, or the MS store. So, one, I got it for the right price, and I thought, well, okay, well, if I don't like it, I'm definitely getting 250 quid for it, probably, or at least 200 if I need to get shut quick. So, yes, it was bought almost as a... there was a bit of resentment almost because I couldn't buy the things I wanted. And you know what? I am so glad that I couldn't buy the other two things. As people will know, I've ended up with a Series X as well. But that's only because I do game in 4K and stuff, and that's where that definitely works. Without a doubt, the X is a better machine than the S. There's no two ways about it. But as I've already proven on some videos as well, if you're only gaming in 1080, there's no difference. Now anyway, so back to the S. So yeah, I bought it with all that criteria in play, you know. Couldn't get what I wanted. I was a little bit reticent about getting it because it felt like I was just getting the dreg end of something and it was the cheap version, blah, blah, and all the rest of it. I'll tell you right now, literally within 5 minutes of using it, I was sitting there thinking, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And that's because the Xbox Series S is the best thing since sliced bread. If you're going to look at value, it has got way more better value than anything you can compare it to. And that I'm talking about consoles initially there. But here's one for you. And, you know, I watch a lot of gamey stuff and I see a lot of people skating issues, or some people who probably don't even understand the point of certain stuff. However, I've seen one or two other YouTubers, like big gaming YouTubers, say this and totally agree with them. If you look at the Series S, right, and then if you now look at, say, you're a PC player, for instance, and you're thinking, okay, well, I want to do a certain minimum level of gaming on PC. Here's the thing. Have you thought as to how much it would cost to build a PC now, especially now with all the scalping, how much it would cost a PC that could actually match what a Series S can do? I had a good think about this, right? And I reckon you're probably well into paying a minimum of about £800 to £900, probably more. And what it is with that, you're probably limiting yourself to something like a GTX 1660 or Super 1660, something like that, which I still don't think that those cards can do anything like the Series S can do and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to go, oh, you know, console gaming's better than PC, or you PC losers or stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is things just to give people an idea of the value for money with all this stuff. And the Series S is unbelievable value for money. And graphically, it looks awesome. Nearly everything that everything that I played on it was defo playing solid 60 at 1080. Some stuff would scale up to 1440. And a little known thing here, which I'm still not entirely sure about, but a couple of people, or too many people, have said this. What it is, if you plug an S into a 4K TV or 4K monitor, it will play out at 4K, but what it'll do, it'll upscale. So generally what you're seeing there is 1440 upscaled to the 4K. Don't think it's 1080 upscaled. I think it is 1440 upscaled. However, some people have said that in certain instances, some of the games actually do play native at 4K when you set the machine to 4K through a 4K TV. So in certain instances, some of those games are not upscaling them. I don't know whether that's true. However, I have to say, some of the games did look like they were 4K when I was going through them. But on top of that, even the ones that were being upscaled, they look great when they're upscaled to 4K as well. So the thing is, unless you're playing like slower games where you can definitely kind of hold around to see like, you know, really cool renders and high-res graphics and stuff like that, there's really not much with most of these things once you're hitting fast frame rates anyway, or 60 FPS plus, for instance. Now, I appreciate there's a lot of people who are on PC who are going, 60, I'm playing 240, or, you know, whatever. I wouldn't get out of bed for less than 120. You know, well, if that's your gaming experience, you know, that's fine. But the vast majority of people don't play above 60 frames per second, and the vast majority of people don't play above 1080p. So in that instance, that's another reason why you've got to look at the Series S and go, actually, it ticks the two main boxes for, like, you know, most people's requirements. Now, on top of that, you've also got to factor in the bleeding Game Pass thing. It's insane. And again, I don't want to start, like, you know, doing versus this and versus that, or major heavy comparisons and make one thing look bad. But I tell you right now, Sony have got a big struggle on their hands, because Sony don't have anything like that. I mean, some of those Sony things that they've got where, like, oh yeah, we'll give you the game like every month or whatever, or they got, what is it, the PlayStation Now, which is like a ton of dead old games, and nah, you know, that stuff is not the same thing. So that Game Pass, and that Game Pass is just getting bigger and bigger. You know, what is it? We've got EA on it. And who is it? Somebody else recently Microsoft have gone into a deal with. So not only are we going to be getting more stuff within the Game Pass, we're actually going to be getting, like, you know, day of release AAA titles and more of them. And also stuff which is basically, you know, platform specific as well. I don't particularly agree about things being platform specific. I think, you know, people should be across platforms. However, the reality of it is that, you know, the likes of Sony or Microsoft or whoever, they definitely, you know, support certain games and buy into them and then want them specifically for their own platform. That's the reality of it. I disagree with it, but that's just the way things are. Anyways, yeah, there we go. I think I best shut up now. Camera's running out of battery, that's where I've got to go. But the bottom line here is, listen, right, I've just done an unboxing which people are going to think is just a boring unboxing. That's cool. But this end bit here, if you're into wanting to buy something that's like mega good value for money, and something which is definitely going to do its job or go way beyond just doing its job, definitely the Xbox Series S. It is awesome. Anyways, I'm going to dive off now because my battery's about to run out. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.